feedback. Okay, we're back live on YouTube.
Just a moment. We have a couple people. They're still
Loading in, yeah.
yeah, they're still loading. Okay, there's one person that still can't join. It keeps saying joining, but
Yeah, well, I'll keep my eye on it.
okay. Go ahead, Mayor.
All right. I wanted to apologize again. I really wanted to be 3 minutes, and I can tell you that the discussion was probably even less than 3 minutes. We had, unfortunately, with Zoom, everything takes a lot longer than we expect. So I'm going to just ask Peter to explain to public what we're going to do as far as the decisions on this matter. We are not going to vote for the final project at this meeting. Peter, please explain the next the process, what we're going to do for until the next meeting.
Certainly, Mayor. There are actually 4 items that might have taken a vote this evening. A vote on the CEQA, which we would have anticipated would be a determination that this project is unlisted with a negative declaration, but no vote has yet been taken on that. There would also have been a vote on the site plan, the architectural approval, and the facade approval. And the record on those latter 3 things, I believe there will be a motion to close the hearing this evening, subject only to the receipt from the applicant of a rendering of all sides of the proposed building. Second, physical samples of the material being used in the building. And third, for
the location
an
of the
amended
sound
site
barrier.
plan reflecting the location of a sound barrier. And those 3 things will presumably be provided by the applicant prior to the next Board of Trustee meeting. And with the acceptance of those 3 things, the record will be closed. The board will have had an opportunity prior to the board meeting to individually look at them. And then at the next board meeting, if there's any discussion amongst the board members, that would be, of course, an appropriate time. But other than that, there would be a vote based on the full record, inclusive of those 3 additional submissions. So I believe that is the motion that a member of the board may wish to make. Is there a member of the board that wishes to make that motion?
I do.
Deputy Mayor, I believe, made that motion, and the mayor, I believe, seconded.
No, Steve seconded it.
And Steve
Steve.
seconded. Okay. Is there any further discussion on that motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Are there any objections or abstentions? Hearing none, Mayor, I believe then that the board has unanimously voted to close the hearing at this time, but leave the record open for the acceptance of those 3 things. And at the next board meeting, it will be then ready for the board to make a decision on the 4 items I mentioned before, CEQA, site plan, architectural, and facade.
Okay, thank you.
How about the lighting? How about the lighting pollution? Sorry.
There's
Okay,
an echo. I don't know where this echo is coming from. Okay.
How about
Hello.
the lighting pollution towards the neighbor across the street? Thank you.
Okay. I think we'll discuss further when we have the other information in front of us in the next meeting.
Thank you.
Thank you. Can we move to the next item, please, on the agenda?
Sure. The next item on the agenda is to schedule a hearing for architectural and facade review for a property located at 733-741 Middle Neck Road. Given that 777 will be discussed in the next meeting, which will be on April 6th, We can discuss that at maybe 7:45. Maybe this should be right after at about 8:15 on April 6th.
Okay,
Okay, is there a motion to schedule a hearing regarding the architectural and facade review for property located at 33 Middle Neck Road on April 6th at 8:15 p.m.
733 Middle Neck Road.
7:33, correct, 7:33, 741 Middle Neck Road,
Yeah.
scheduled for April 6th at 8:15 p.m.
Moved.
Move. I move it.
Okay, moved by trustee Hope. Is there a second?
I'll second.
And by trustee Kashi. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Trustee Mendelson, are you in favor of it?
Oh, yes, I said aye. Yes.
Thank you. The next item on the agenda is to schedule a public shredding day. The proposed date would be April 22nd, which is the Earth Day. The shredding would run from 4 to 7 in the afternoon at the Village Hall. We have contracted with a company called Shreduction. We have made a couple phone calls to other companies, and Shreductions comes out to be the most cost-effective for the village for 3 hours. And if there is going to be raining on that day, we can reschedule it for the following Thursday on April 29th.
Okay,
Okay. Is there a motion to schedule the public shredding day for April 22nd from 4 to 7 p.m.? I believe it was moved by trustee Hope.
Yes.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by trustee Sobel. Is there, all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you, it's passed unanimous. The next item is a parking license agreement with Euromotor House. They have offices at 305 East Shore Road. They are asking to be licensed to use the parking located at 80-82 Steamboat Road. These are the same company that used the location before. They are asking for the same price. The difference would be this would be a month-to-month agreement, license agreement. This is not a rent, rather that it's just license agreement. They get we issue them the license to use the parking lot, which is currently underused on a month-to-month basis. If you just give me one moment, I'll put up the agreement in front of you. It will be effective April 1st, and it will be for $3,000 per month for 30 stalls that we have there.
Okay,
I would just like to make just mention it that for the first 6 months, it will be for $4,500. After the first 6 months, it will go down to $3,000. The other item that I want to mention, we previously I have seen there that they put a boat or a plow there. I asked them to, I included that in the agreement. The owners came back and said that's one of their line of business that they do is they deal with boats and trucks as well. So they requested if that line can be removed from the license agreement, please.
Line.
It's fine with you?
Which line?
Oh, if you just give me one moment.
in the license, it says no boat or plows.
Yes, there is under section, if you just give me one moment, I have to share with you a different screen. Just give me one moment, I'll pull it up. Okay, I'm sharing my screen right now. If you can see here, item F of section 4, it mentions licensee shall be prohibited from parking or storage of any other item other than passenger vehicle on the property, such as boats, plows, trucks. Now, previously, when we gave them the license, this was not there, and they were parking. One boat, I noticed it's in the facility, as well as a plow that was there, stored at the far rear of the building, not the building, the parking lot. So they have requested if we can remove this condition, because time to time they do deal with boats that they sell.
Is anybody going to keep tabs that they're not exceeding 30 stalls?
There is only 30 stalls available anyway. So even if they want to put more cars, they cannot. And then also in part of the agreement, we mentioned that they cannot block any emergency car apparatus from passing through. So they cannot park on the aisles. They have to park on the stalls. So they cannot actually park more than 30 cars there.
Okay.
Well, I'm assuming though that you don't want them storing non-transportation items. I mean, you don't want them storing garbage, junk, or some. Maybe we could simply say prohibited from parking or storing anything other than
Vehicles.
motorized transportation equipment.
Motorized vehicles. I mean, that could be something very big too.
Well, unless we can just say except, boats and plows. Or, no, nothing except cars, boats and plows. If those are the two items that they think they're going to store, and they're not going to put trucks there, right?
Well, the trucks that we are talking about, they are, we're not talking about like 18-wheelers that they're going to park there. We're talking about like a small trucks.
Pickup truck.
Right. I mean, I don't know. Also, maybe RVs are not allowed to be parked there. I don't know. If that's what
It's a month-to-month license agreement. So
Correct.
if they start parking something that we don't want there, then we end the agreement.
Yeah, that's true too.
Okay.
Okay,
Um,
I'll move it.
okay.
Second.
It's moved and seconded. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
I
Aye.
With the deletion of paragraph 4F as in Frank.
Yes, with the deletion of that. Thank you. It's passed unanimous. The last item is the proposal for the repair for the lights on 5-7 Sands Court. Brian, I'm going to
Yes.
pull it up. If you could please walk the board into the regarding this proposal, please.
Sure.
Have
So
it.
basically, a couple of weeks ago, we got a complaint that the light was out at on the pole between 5 and 7 Sands Court. We had Anchor go out and investigate. They tried to fix it manually. They weren't able to fix it above ground. Then they traced out the problem and found that it's an underground wiring problem, so that they need to replace the wires under the ground at that location to get the light up and running again.
So they're proposing 240 feet of, I think that's 40 feet of wire, $66. Brian, what is a 205? Is that also a casing? I believe that's the casing of it.
Yeah, they put like a casing under the ground and the wire through it to protect it from the elements.
So
I
what?
just-
is-
Yeah, so why is one is 205, one is 40? Did they explain why they have two different numbers there?
Go to the next page, Abraham.
There you go.
So it's 205 feet. And that's at,
Oh,
probably
here it is. Oh, yeah. This is the 205 feet that goes from here to here.
that would be under soil, and I guess under the remainder would be under driveways that they would have to fix. And in the
Right, right. There are two different kind of wire, I believe, that they have to put in. That's a different, and the shorter one is more expensive.
So this exists already, but it wore out or it was compromised? and they have
The
to-
underground wires, my understanding, are very old throughout the at the locations where they are buried.
oh. So it has nothing to do with the fact that the lights were just put there recently.
Correct.
This has to do with the more infrastructure of wiring rather than the device itself. The devices are working properly. It's just the wiring of it that's wearing out. And it's not because it was just installed. It has been there for a while, even with the prior system, right? Is there a motion to approve the proposal as presented?
I'll make-
I believe it was moved by Trustee Hilton. And it was seconded by Trustee Hope. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you. It passes unanimous. The next item on the agenda is the minutes for March 2nd meeting. You have it in front of you. Please let me know when to turn the page.
Next. Okay. That's it. Okay.
I'll move them.
Moved by Trustee Sobel. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Hope. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Pass
Aye.
unanimous. Thank you. The last item on the agenda is the abstract for Friday, March 19th.
So my only question is, when did Gary Molstock come back? I thought he was off from the,
Yes, so the court system is now trying something called, Brian, what is it called when they call people to come for their for the ticket rather than coming in person?
They have a hearing.
I'm sorry?
The hearing.
Yeah, hearing by phone rather than
The conference, it's the court conference. Yeah.
like the court conferences. And we had the prior person, well, we have one prosecutor. We will try and get with the new prosecutor to see, because he has more experience apparently in the other courts with this system. The court was trying it out to see if it's something that they can practice. So they used them one night last week to.
Everybody please mute yourself. Okay. Any questions, Annie?
I was just curious, how many hours was that, the court night?
I don't have it in front of me, but it doesn't go by how many hours it goes. It goes by, for example, $400 for let's say 30 or 35 cases that they run a hearing. I do not know how long it took.
Oh, okay, so it's done by cases. All right, I'll make a motion to accept the abstract.
Thank you. It's the motion is moved by Trustee Mendelson. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Trustee Hope. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you. Passed unanimous. That would be the abstract. Public comments.
David, I see your hand up. Go ahead.
Thank you. David Slenziger, 15 Beach Road. I had a couple of questions. It's now about a year since there's been a street sign at Nirvana and Gould. And I know our superintendent has said that's been a problem. I wondered if that's on order. I also wonder if at the traffic roundabout by the high school, where you have Polo, Brokaw and Nirvana, there's only one street sign there that says Polo, but it's in the wrong direction. And there's no street signs for either Nirvana or Brokaw, which I presume people have stolen. Can they be replaced? I also would like to know about some of the complaints about Beach Road, number 31, where residents have complained that for the past few weeks, there's been a for rent sign nailed into one of the trees, and there's another for rent sign on the side. And also 6 Breuer Avenue, for about more than a year, right just to the south of the church, there's been a for sale sign by Laffey Real Estate. It's a permanent one. It's just been hammered into the ground, and it's been there for about a year. I mean, how long do these things have to go on?
David, I will take care of them this week.
Thank you.
I was a little short-handed.
I'm not aware of any street signs missing, but I'll check them tomorrow.
But you previously said there's been a problem on Nirvana at Gould, right? And
I'm not aware of any missing now, though.
Well, I noticed it on Sunday, and unless it's going, I mean, I don't understand why they go missing and who would steal street signs, but apparently people do.
I'll check it out tomorrow.
Thank you.
Okay. If anybody else has any comments,
Yeah,
please
Michelle-
unmute
Michelle
yourself.
has a comment.
Hi
Go ahead,
there.
Michelle.
Hi, Michelle Taparoki. Excuse my voice.
Take care.
I tried to get onto the agenda tonight and unfortunately was unable to, but I just wanted to talk about something very quickly. I'm here on the behalf of myself, Confidence and Fitness right now, and also Destination Great Neck, which is brand new to the community. Excuse me, made up of members of the community who would like to revive the Great Neck community going all the way from north to south. With regards to this, we would like to have a few different events where we are creating a buzz in the community and at the same time highlighting different businesses. One of the stops we would like to be my studio, Confidence and Fitness. And in the past, I have applied for a license to do to close off parts of the street, a part of the street on the side of my building. So I would like to apply for that again, but kind of expanding it to be a kickoff event where we highlight some of the kids in the community who dance with me, where we highlight instructors at my studio, and then kind of kick it off to include some vendors with either food or crafts or clothes or anything like that, all vendors from Great Neck. In addition to that, we'd like to have a band made up of kids that are residents of Great Neck and hope to bring the entire community together for this event and hopefully do a lot more of these things.
Well, I think those are excellent ideas. I have a couple of comments. One, I don't know how we can bring everybody together, especially during the pandemic. I know it's going to be an outdoor event.
Yes.
You have to still be very careful about doing anything like that. I know we are thinking of having our June street fair. I'm not even sure if you're going to be able to do that. I don't know when you're planning to do what you mentioned. I think, again, it's a commendable idea to bring the community together, especially after the pandemic. I think it's commendable to bring awareness to the businesses that are in our peninsula. The other issue that I think we're dealing with at this time is that they're doing this major construction on our roads, and our roads are really not in any shape to be able to close certain areas, as I'm sure a lot of the streets may not be passable for whatever they're doing. I think something that we need to wait until this construction goes more to the north of where we are. Based on my discussion with the water authority, it is going to take a while, as they not only they're putting the main, also they putting the connection from the main to the side roads. So they may go up north and then they come back and then they do some of these connections again. So I don't know how realistic it's going to be to do this without really disturbing the traffic in a very significant way. Did you have a date in mind?
Our date in mind is May 16th with a rain date of May 23rd. The reason I came here tonight, because if we do start to plan for this, it's a little bit of a big undertaking. With regards to the amount of people, I believe now we are allowed to have 150 people outdoors. Since it's outdoors, I think we can control it, control the how close people get. Obviously, we'll recommend masks. Any of the performers or the instructors, if they are in close proximity to each other, they would perform in masks. We're in the studio right now in masks since August. I mean, it would be wonderful to do something like this on Middle Neck Road, but we are not opposed to doing it on beach on a much smaller scale, with the hopes that one day we could do something larger.
So you're planning to get the vendors and different businesses from the entire peninsula to have some kind of representation on Beach Road?
Anybody, we would probably limit that depending on how much of Beach Road we can close. When we were doing this for my studio, we did it for my 6th anniversary, and we also did a breast cancer fundraiser. We just closed it at the end of our building, which was, I don't know, maybe like half a block. If we decide to do vendors, we can probably go a little bit past the building that's owned by the Great Neck Park District. I would love to be able to use the park across the street from me, but as I understand it, that's a Park District property, and I probably would need permits from them.
Why not get them?
What's that?
Why not get them?
I will try. They're not as easy to get permits from than the as the village.
So I tell you what, I think if you would like to, I was actually thinking of Village Green. I think it's easier. It's probably safer. You have a much larger area to deal with. If you like, I can reach out to the park as well. They are, sure, they're willing, more than willing to help the community get back to post-COVID. Hopefully we'll be post-COVID quickly. I don't know. But we're all hoping that that's going to happen. So I would, if you like, you can be in touch with me. We can try. I know that you're thinking about mid-May or end of May.
Yes.
Let's have a conversation with the park and see if we can do anything in Village Green without really being under roads. I I don't know what's going to happen on those days with Water Authority and gas, if they're doing anything on Beach Road. They may be, doing something on Beach Road by then, which is very
Well,
possible.
we've had a lot of work the last month or so. I'm hoping by that time they're finished with us. They've been outside of my studio for weeks now.
Right. So what they're doing, they're going up north, and then they are going to do the connections to the side roads. When that's going to happen, I don't know. But again, I don't think our board is going to be really against anything that is going to bring businesses back to life and sort of show them, and for people to come and get to know what businesses exist in Great Neck. I think it's a fabulous, fabulous idea. I'd love the idea. And I'll definitely work with you. And I'm sure my board, Bart, who has been very much involved with the street events that we had every June, except last year, I'm sure he's going to be able to help us as well with providing, with working with the park to make this happen.
I've been working for the Park District for 10 years. I can definitely get in touch with them also, but if I have the backing of the village to kind of propel them forward, I think it would help. And I just also wanted to introduce Janet Esagoff. She has been vital in this revitalization program, and we're really hoping to do amazing things for this community. We're just concerned citizens and business owners.
Thank you, Michelle. I just want to say a couple of words, and I did post something in the chat. This is really an initiative for all of Great Neck, all its towns and villages and unincorporated areas to join around a common cause, which is to better the business districts and improve the brand of Great Neck as a unified community rather than a fractionalized, diverse community and everybody in their own silos. So our group is very, very motivated. We're trying to reinvigorate Great Neckers going back to the stores that are here and the restaurants, and at the same time, try to court new businesses to come to Great Neck. So we really need a momentum to happen. And Michelle's plan to have an outdoor event is among a string of events that we're planning. And we understand and appreciate the COVID factor, but we're asking every deference for us to get all of our initiatives off the ground. It's helpful for every business that's currently struggling. My view is that COVID is going to finish off all the struggling ones, and we want to give them every possibility to sustain themselves and get past this period of history. So we're asking for all the local governments, and please support us, and let's try to move the needle and get some more activity to our town. Thank you.
Thank you. I can tell you that you have you absolutely have the support of me personally, and I'm sure the board to get this event going. And I'll work with you in any form that I can in order to make sure that it either happens on Beach Road, or Village Green, but I'm sure that this is going to be a successful event.
Thank you. And music and bands and all that stuff will be allowed if we do it?
Again, I have to run that by county health department to make sure that there's nothing being stopped. It's not, as you know, the county depends on the number of the COVID cases. I know we're on the downtrend. I'm hoping that by May, many people have gotten vaccinated. Hopefully, I hope that we can. I absolutely hope that we can have music and dancing and people getting together. Yes.
Wonderful.
But again, we have to see what happens in the next month or so.
Thank you. Very much appreciated.
All right. Thank you. Any other comments?
Yes, I would like to ask something, if I may. Kate Goldberg.
Yes.
Again, I wanted to continue my conversation about bike lanes, and I'm very thankful that you had a positive reaction on it and that you look also interested in this. So I just wanted to say that I know that I was suggesting to make one lane on Middle Neck Road in each direction. And I know that you think that that's not a good idea, but I just wanted to ask you to think about other alternatives so that maybe we should look into a possibility of bike lanes not on Middle Neck Road, but on some other streets that run maybe parallel to Middle Neck Road or whatever. I think it makes sense to make it in the direction of the train station. So, but just like a thought. So if you would continue to think about it, so maybe you would
Kate,
consider.
I tell you one thing. I like the idea so much that I actually discussed it with few of the mayors down south from the station all the way north, going from almost back of Dunkin' Donuts by the train station, going up north, going through the station road, and then somehow find their way to Hicks Lane and maybe that way. The problem was, again, everybody was concerned about the safety of these bikers on the street. I do like the idea. I think it works great. There are many other cities and many countries that have these bike lanes.
I was looking into this safety issue, and I have seen in other cities that they put the bike lane between the parking lane and the elevated sidewalk, so that the pedestrians are protected from the bikers by the elevation and of the sidewalks, and the bikers are protected. For
right. They do that
by the parking lane.
Right. So they do that in Brooklyn, and I've seen that as well. I just don't know if that's going to significantly narrow the roads.
Yes, you would lose. Yes, it is. You would lose one lane, so that you could do one lane in each direction and one middle lane for a left turn. And as the research says, that this has no significant negative impact on the traffic flow, but it would actually increase the number of people who use bikes instead of cars, because it would be safe. It has also positive impact on businesses, because you have a more foot traffic closer, and the bikers are closer to businesses for a stop and so on. So
Kate, do me a favor. Why don't you propose to me a path from the plaza to the village of Great Neck? And I'll definitely consider it. I think that's something that I would like to see what your proposal is going to look like. I don't expect you to give me a perfect diagram and a rendering of the roads, obviously not. But if you can give me a path where it
So you mean without Middle Neck Road?
Well, I don't believe that Middle Neck Road is safe. Middle Neck Road is not safe for bikes.
And it's Nassau County. We can't do that.
Right. It's Nassau County. It's not safe. Middle Neck Road is not a safe place for bikes. Unless, we can just close Middle Neck Road, one side of Middle Neck Road, 1 day a week, and just say, there's only one lane, one side that is going to have one lane going down, one lane going up, and the rest is going to be bikes and pedestrians. I don't think our business district is busy enough to support such an endeavor. That said, I'm very open, and again, I worked on it with a couple of the mayors down south. The interest was there, but the danger of bikes and skateboards and other things, people were worried that the danger is not worth the investment. So if you can show me something
Okay.
outside of Middle Neck Road, I'll definitely consider it and I'll bring it back to the other mayors as well.
Okay, thank you. I will look into it. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Kate. All right, any other comments?
Any other comments going once, going twice? I don't see anything else, Mayor.
All right, thank you very much. I know it was a long meeting. I wanted to appreciate all your comments. We are going to take all of those into consideration. Stay safe and happy and healthy spring. It's coming next week. And happy holidays, happy Passover to everyone who celebrates it, and happy Easter as well. Be well, and we'll speak to you. We'll see you in